We're starting off high.
We can get
I
a
think
two fools agree on that one.
the
Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a fool page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live at Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust a human to raise a pack of wolves?
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to a special Saturday edition of Do Fools Agree. Merry Christmas, fools. Merry Christmas.
Merry belated Christmas.
I mean, you know, we only a day late. Oh, man, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, as always, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings. How was your Christmas, sir?
Had a good Christmas.
That's good.
Had a good Christmas. Spent it with the fam,
Good
my
deal.
daughter, and all that. You know.
Yeah, I still got her gifts here. We didn't connect that on Friday, so my
No,
fault.
I kicked it a little too hard the night before.
Gotcha. Well,
Man,
let me know when's a good time. I'll drop them off this weekend or next week or whatever works.
usually I'm home, but
I know.
Christmas,
That's
you
why I
know?
was shocked. I was like, oh, yeah, I could go do this. And then he said you weren't home. I'm like, where the fuck are you?
Listen, and it was snowing all crazy.
It was
so-
nuts. We took A-Reg sledding today, so.
Did you?
Yeah, there's a nice
How'd
little
that
hill.
go?
I mean, it was all right. There's a nice little hill at Franklin Park, so he just kept going up and down it. He did it like 30 times, so.
I bet his big-headed ass hit 45 miles per hour.
Probably,
going down,
shit. He had 2 or 3
Hey,
close calls with
Jordan.
other kids that I was nervous about.
Listen, don't be nervous for him.
No, I was worried about the lawsuit that was going to follow for
Listen.
bodily harm.
That little boy, if he hits a kid on the sled, that's like getting hit by a Mack truck for a little kid that age.
Shit, no doubt. Well, and then I don't know if he got in touch with you, but Shelby stopped by with his mom, so we got to see them.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I didn't know his mom had moved back, so she's back in Columbus, so maybe that means we'll get to see Shelby a little more frequently.
Oh, that's what's up.
So,
Yeah, he texted me. He said he's going to hit me up tomorrow.
yeah, he and I think he was in the area and just because he texted me, he said, all right, we about to stop through. And before I could text him, okay, he's like, we're outside. I'm like,
Listen.
all right.
Don't do that here. You and your mama might see something y'all don't want to see. You make sure you give me at least 15, 20 minutes for y'all
Right?
pop up.
No
on
doubt.
this one.
No doubt. I was hurrying up. I was like sweeping up, especially when I figured his mom was there. I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear it from her. I don't.
Listen, I'm the
I
only
love,
bear in this cave.
I love her to
and
death, but
I don't wear clothes very frequently.
I mean, do what you got to do, dude. I ain't mad at you.
Listen, you know?
Oh, so you got any inadvertent thoughts to get us going this week?
I don't really have any inadvertent thoughts so much as I'm kind of shocked to see that we're here already. You know what I mean?
We made it through.
The world didn't end. The sky didn't fall.
Well, there's still a few days left, so let's not.
There's still a few days left.
And this has
now.
been 2020, so let's be careful. Cautiously optimistic.
Listen. You know what, though? Maybe I do have an inadvertent.
What's that?
Off the top, a freestyle inadvertent.
Ooh, I like it.
It just hit me that, and this is me going, out there.
Oh, I love it. What you
right? So it just hit me that, have you seen all the articles that's been popping up online about scientists successfully doing the first quantum teleportation and finding in that's what listen
This is what happens when I take a week off of work. I don't see any of this shit.
all kinds of articles I've been seeing, and like it does interest me, and when I see shit like that, it does set off like a little, wouldn't say an alarm or a light bulb, but like something that makes me intrigued, but not enough to click on it and read the whole article. You feel what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So what I'm getting at is I've been seeing more and more of them, like scientists getting further in finding out the mysteries of dark matter, and just dumb articles like that. And it leads me to believe, going back to what the previous podcast that we've held and all that, when you start opening up shit, wormholes,
Pandora's box,
it almost makes me wonder if this is
the result, if 2020
is the result. Was the result of all the bull. Like 2020 had already happened, but because y'all fucked around with all this bullshit, you fucked it up, and now we're living in the fucked up version of 2020.
Well, it goes back to our multiverse theory from, what was that, last week? Where we've got the crossed over multiverse where there's shit coming in from other universes fucking ours up.
Y'all opening up holes and shit. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You feel me?
Right.
And my whole thing is, like people been saying, like the Israel, and it was Israeli. It wasn't Iraq. It was the Israelis. Like they said, if they've been around, right?
If we're talking back to the aliens now, right?
Right.
Okay.
If they've been around, then as we know, and we always have known, they're leagues ahead of us technologically.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Well, because if they made the trip here, they'd have to be more technologically advanced than us.
That's what I mean. So if y'all are opening holes, wormholes, and quantum teleportations.
That's what's happening. Like, they're the ones doing it. It wasn't us.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like The Ring, but for aliens. You're opening up holes for motherfuckers to come through to this bitch, and you don't know that you only met the nice ones.
Right. you
know
met sane people.
It could be a fucking Klingon.
Right.
Or a Borg or something that hasn't made its way here yet.
That's true.
And y'all opening up holes and shit. And
messing with stuff you can't understand.
Look at 2020, man. I'm telling you.
That could be the root of the pandemic. Actually came over from another universe. You hear about they've already found another strain starting to pop up?
Of COVID?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sure. I said that, though. I said that before.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Before you ever get rid of the first, there's going to be more of them.
What I haven't seen, though, is what the effectiveness is of the existing vaccine against the new strains.
Right.
And I don't know that they've done enough to test that out yet.
Listen, well, you got to understand that it's a lot of, like, of course, like, I don't want to be, adding ones and twos and, but of course, we know it's a lot of skeptics.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is, even for the people that are skeptical, myself included, you know what I mean? I'm not too ashamed to admit that I'm not a bit skeptical as well, but you have to understand that for the ones that are actually thinking shit through, we're not getting no vaccine anytime soon.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? No, I'm not to say that I won't get it at all. Right now, I'm more so leaning towards that, but I'm not to say that there's not a piece of me that won't say, sure, I'll take it if we know everything's right and
right.
all that.
If we get a year in and we haven't seen any side effects or any crazy mutations, like think, this is how I Am Legend started, Cliff.
Man,
the K virus.
You would know more than I, but I'm just saying, I need at least 6 months to a year to see what's going on with y'all motherfuckers that
already took it. I'm with you.
Even consider.
Well, and you know what's we'll have firsthand account because someone's wife is a teacher and she's up before March apparently.
Listen, and that's another thing. You know what I mean? I want to see all the effects. I don't just want to see how that person lives after they've had the vaccine. I want to see that person's child after they've had their vaccine.
I hear you.
You feel what I'm saying? I want to see if your child has any deficiencies or effects from that vaccine that you put in. I need to know all that before I just jump into the line to sign up. Nah, I'm cool on all that.
No, I get it, man. I know
We
I'm
talked
working
about
from
the flu
home.
shot.
Yeah, I know I'm working from home indefinitely. There's no reason for me to get it.
They just sent out one of them emails to us where they did away with one of the floors, how they did away with one
Uh-huh.
of your buildings. So
Yep.
that one's permanently home now. And it's only a matter of time before they hit the other
Well,
couple.
because
But
it's all they're realizing that this whole fear of work from home that's existed for 2 decades since we started having the technology to be able to do it effectively, they're realizing that it's dumb because why incur that real estate footprint? Real
right,
estate is usually one of the one of the highest costs, highest
right,
operating costs for any company is real estate. And so if
right.
you are, one, if you're not subsidizing your employees in terms of their work from home, like you should be, by the way, they should be, comping half of your electric bill, your internet bill,
Oh no, they
etc.
don't do shit
No, I
like
know
that.
they're not. I know they're not. I'm just saying they should be. But that even if you do that for call it 50% of your employees, let's say you do it for all employees making under 100K. That's still less money than you would be spending on real estate to either rent or lease that land or
Right.
that building or whatever it is.
And most people are gonna lease as opposed to rent because they
Right.
don't,
Well, lease
or
or
buy the
own.
building.
Right.
That's what I
Exactly.
mean.
Yeah,
Buy
yeah, yeah.
the
I mean, we
so.
actually bought, I think we leased the land, but we built the building.
Mm-hmm.
So we have real estate taxes on, I mean, no, I think we bought both. I think we bought the land. Like, so it's like, well, now you can turn that cost, that huge cost, actually into money
Right.
because you can sublet it to people, which is what
Right.
we're doing.
Right.
So, I think you're going to continue to see that. I think you're going to continue to see big corporations basically eliminate their real estate footprint where they can. I mean, you'll always have to have a certain number of folks like IT that has to be like hardwired to the servers to do
Right.
that kind of
Right.
shit.
Right. That has to be at a base location.
Right,
Because
wherever
that kind of leads me to think that are you gonna see a pop up of the the office building malls?
I mean, it's possible.
You
I
know
hear
what
what
I
you're
mean?
saying.
Where at each specific room is a different, like company that runs out of, like almost how you would at the mall. Like, don't get me wrong, they were almost on that wave with like the doctor's offices and the
Yep.
law firms, how they would lease a room out of a specific area of a building, and
And
you
that,
had to find room 308 for your specific.
right,
But I feel like
exactly.
now it's gonna be on that level, but amateur porn. You feel what I'm
Well,
saying?
no, and I actually think that that's not a bad point because there's a building at the end of our block on off a corner of Main, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Merchant, and the Merchant is literally that. It's like 12 office rooms and like
Right.
6 conference rooms that basically small business owners are renting out for, a couple days a week or whatever. It's shared office space.
Right.
And so I'm with you.
I mean,
You're going to see
that's essentially what I was getting at.
yeah. Exactly. So I think
a rise of the shared office space situations.
well, and what I would like to see is to see costs for those kind of things down, right?
Right.
Like, trust
right.
me, I would love for us to basically rent out a room 3 nights a week that we can store our
To do
gear there and pop it
studio
out
uh-huh.
and do the podcast. Do our show 1 night a week, do 2 other shows 2 other nights a week.
Right. Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, I think that it's gonna be there's gonna be drastic changes.
Yeah, I think you're going to continue to see that shift in especially
Right.
the American workforce, if nothing else.
In the next 3 years, I feel like it's gonna be a lot different than what we ever planned for it to be.
No, I'm with you, and I think that the people that can figure that out quicker are going to be in a better spot.
Right, right. The key is to find your end before everyone else does.
Right,
You feel what I'm
exactly.
saying? Because right now, like I said before, the one thing, and since we're recapping 2020, the one thing that coronavirus did was, although the government didn't help with this, but it evened the playing field.
Well, it accelerated
It
a lot
gave,
of things that were already in flight, right? Like the move to virtual, the move to work from home, the e-commerce even. Like, e-commerce has been blowing up since we were in high school. But it hit a tipping point this year. With the coronavirus and everything else. Retail, you know, the death of retail, I don't think is actually a thing coming out of this pandemic. Where things will be able to move online, etc. So,
well, see, I don't know if a whole lot is going to move online. That's why I compared it to amateur porn, because now what you have is you have the companies that have come out to do the shipping for the local business that can't afford to ship and, you know, do all that shit themselves. So you got a whole bunch of I don't want to be like disrespectful, but like, you know, underlings that haven't quite broke into that business market.
Well, it's the whole
getting a leg up into that, where you have a big business that's thinking, well, why would we go heavy online when we got to compete with the Amazons and the Walmarts there? Like, we still have a homegrown base that likes to come in and purchase with us. We don't want to abandon them.
But what I think you're going to see is, like, I think it's what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. It's the advent of the gig economy. Shared services or rent. Oh, we'll give them a second here to get connected. It's Aaron.
Aaron. He said, I want to hear another peep out of you, Aaron.
Oh, man.
What up, G?
What up?
What it is, man. I was trying to get
see
my
you rapping.
My shit fucking froze up on me and shit.
Oh, damn.
Headphones.
Yeah, these motherfuckers right here.
That's because they Fisher Price.
Right, nigga, these is $10, bitch.
I know.
That's what I said. Fisher Price.
That color lets me know they $10.
This is a manly blue. This is a manly blue.
It's
blue.
It's down the middle. How you feeling though, my G? A couple with them on them already.
Hey, all right.
I mean, what you gonna do, right? Like,
listen.
The problem is our logo, unless we do like white on black, but a lot of t-shirt presses can't do like white ink. So we'll see.
We'll figure something out. Just another calculation.
That's true.
How was your Christmas?
Oh, it was cool. It was fruitful. You know, I was spending with my both my sisters is down here, so I was with them.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? They cooked a whole bunch of shit.
Is your mom still up here, or is she down there too?
My mom's, you know my mom is. She's still there.
When she go make the move?
Down here?
Yeah.
She ain't coming down here.
For real?
No, and
I thought she was thinking about it.
Nah, until this coronavirus shit over with, she don't want me coming up there.
She said, "You stay your ass down in the ATL."
She gonna holler at me through the window.
Well, nigga, you can come up here. You just
you quarantine for 2 weeks.
Right.
You can't do shit.
Oh, dude, man.
You know,
we did the Zoom meeting shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I hear
you. Who did? You and your mom?
You and my dad, my mom, my brother.
How are they doing? The males of the family. I don't hear from them too much.
They all good, man. My brother just he got him a good job. Got him a better job. And my dad's hell, man. You know my dad. He's still doing all the shit he been doing.
Hey, do it till you go, baby.
Right.
Do. Cheers to that. Do it till you go.
I ain't opened up my bottle yet. But there it is. Kinda.
Okay. I know that's right. I'm waiting for next week's episode, and I'm drinking champagne all episode.
Champagne makes me throw up.
Champagne does give me
it's a little too sweet. It's a stomach thing. It's not an alcohol thing. It's a stomach thing.
It's the carbonation, man.
That's true too.
It's a lot of burping and shit.
Yeah.
Sweet ass fucking sparkling wine.
It's all right. I'm drinking it for one episode, one out the year. I could do that.
Just one.
Listen, not this one, next one.
Right.
Have we post?
You want to hold on that comment? All right. No, we haven't set out the list of our guests yet.
Okay.
But we did put something out there to request people join. So we'll leave it at that.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that nigga Dre, man, before he fold up on me or some shit.
Why you gotta say that?
Cause he's chain smoking cigarettes. Chain smoking.
But that don't even speak that into this existence.
Hey man, I'm a realist, nigga. You got a colostomy bag. You smoking 3 packs of Newports a day.
I mean, at
Something
that
got to
point,
give.
Listen, I said it for your pops. I'm gonna say it again. Do it till you go, baby. If it make you happy, then do it till you go.
Hey,
You hear what I'm saying?
that's what I'm gonna go holler at him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
hey, Lil Nuts chiming in the chat. Wine is fire. Happy
Wine
birthday,
is
by
fire.
the way.
What wine do you suggest, Prince? Add it to the chat. Let me hear. And if you give me some bullshit, I'm gonna talk about you.
Well,
I want to try that.
we
I
gonna
want
talk
to try
about you
that.
anyways.
True Crimes. That Snoop Dogg shit.
Oh yeah.
Good luck, man.
I seen it in the store. Why you say that?
Um,
I seen it in the store and I was looking at it and I was like, eh.
do you
I
drink?
gotta
Are
be
you
in
a
the
wine
mood.
drinker though? Do you drink wine?
I appreciate it.
What about red wine? Because that's an acquired
That's
taste.
exactly. Now that's it. I have to find one that I like. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't like it too sweet, but I don't want it too dry either. Because the drier it is, I get that acid reflex. Like, oh shit, like my chest is burning, and when I burp, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I'm more of a Chardonnay person.
I hear
You
you.
like a little more whiter, light wine?
That's usually more
Yeah.
my style too. I'm more white than red.
Somewhat, yeah. I can do that. It depends on if I find a red I like, though.
If you eating a steak though, if you want some real nigga shit, and you eating a nice juicy steak,
You
gotta
do
get
need a
some
red wine to go with the
Right.
steak. That's true. That's true.
Right. But you know, I don't eat. Listen, I'll eat some steak and eggs. Let's put it that way. Ain't no wine with steak and eggs.
Not, unless you just that desperate.
right. Right.
You talk about some nice refined meal, maybe some asparagus, and you know what I mean.
I do make
Ain't
some
no-
mean like lemon garlic and blue cheese asparagus. It's wonderful.
I don't like cheese on my asparagus.
It's just blue cheese crumbles. It gives it just a little
Okay,
extra
okay.
flavor.
Okay, I might be able to rock. I might be able to rock with that.
Malcolm chiming in, he said Capriccio, 7 daughters, a Moscato at Kroger's for $10. Lambrusco.
I know that's right. Who that, Uncle Dan?
No, that's Malcolm. Malcolm chiming in with all the wines.
Shit. Kroger got the oak leaf, $3, nigga.
Shit.
Hey, get you some oak leaf Moscato. Pour that shit in a different bottle.
Welcome to Wine Night
chick,
Saturdays
man.
with the fools.
Girls act like they know wine. You don't know wine, bitch. This is Moscato.
Right, but I mean, listen, that's not. Motherfuckers did that with liquor. How you and then you cork it and then cork it.
It's been open. This is my, one of my
Fake the
favorites.
twist.
Private
Fake
selection.
the twist right in the back. Like, bitch, I got some wine for you right
Put it
here.
on my shoulder
Give
too,
me a
man.
visit.
They'll be like, this one.
You stupid.
I got wine glasses, nigga, for real. I got
Listen, I know you
I
said
love
that
you, Andrew.
that's what you moved from beer and shit to wine and liquor. I mean, I just
excuse me.
bless you. My whole thing is I have a what's the word? I'm blanking out. I have a problem with the amount that I drink. You know what I mean? Like if I can drink a lot of and still maintain an even keel.
Even keel. Yep, I'm with you there.
Whereas when I go with wine, I'll either hit that acid reflex point or I'll get a little too drunk because that's once again uncharted territory that I'm not too, so it's like you had 4 glasses of wine, but that hits a little different than 5 beers. So you're a little more buzzed than you would have normally been.
Well, and then you drink something like the
I don't want to sit
Echo.
here and drink 60 ounces of beer. Nigga,
You're not
Oh, yeah,
wrong
that
there.
a gentleman's glass, about this much liquor. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's
Oh, I'm probably drinking 3 to 4 beers in a sitting.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if I start drinking, I'm probably not gonna stop before I hit 3 or 4 beers.
yeah,
That's
I'm with
like
you there.
what? A 40 ounce.
It's a lot of calories, a lot of
48, or wait, is it 16 or 12?
Here's number 3.
I don't know what you're drinking, man. If it's 16,
You know, a
then
bottle, a regular beer bottle.
that's
12.
Okay, so
Unless
yeah,
you got the
48.
aluminum Bud Light can. That's 16 ounce.
Mm-hmm.
Them tall boys.
But other than that, did you have any inadvertence, Michael?
Not really inadvertence. I had a couple of quick reviews if anybody wants to listen in real quick, because I watched two movies over the last 2 days. So ended up watching Wonder Woman 84 last night.
Oh yeah, because you said that the new shit gives you the
HBO Max drops day and date with the movie theater.
They tried to sell me on that the other day.
It's not good. I was disappointed by it. The first Wonder Woman movie was great. Had a great theme to it. You know me, I love the music themes that they drop in, and then they didn't even use the music theme in the movie. Was strike number one. Strike number two is...
What about that badass white girl?
Gal Gadot?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's all right. It's just the story was trash, man. Like, they went... I'll tell you what. It felt like an 80s superhero movie. Like a 70s or 80s superhero movie where it was very...
I think I can kind of follow that.
Where it was very campy.
Based in the 80s, though?
What'd you say?
Isn't it based in the 80s?
80s? It is.
Right,
and maybe... right.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. But you're saying... So they went a little too Tarantino on it, trying to keep it in that realm where they could have modernized the time frame.
DC thus far... So Warner Brothers, DC, thus far has not done anything. Like, I guess Aquaman was kind of campy, but generally speaking, like, the DC extended universe has been very kind of dark and serious. And I'm glad they tried to do something a little bit lighter, but you didn't have to make the story lighter.
Was DC.
Yeah. And so
I don't know why he was Marvel too.
No. So the movie itself, like the plot that and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but the plot is not great. The villain, while relatable, isn't great. There's there's 2 or 3 side characters. If you've seen any of the previews, they brought back a dead guy. The way they brought him back wasn't great. And so the message of the movie at the end is okay. And the movie itself, when it, like, towards the end, isn't bad. Like, the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes are okay. Everything in between is a jumbled mess.
So the credits,
right. The credits are good. Right. The credits are good. Linda, the original Wonder Woman shows back up in the credits. I'll put it that way.
The intro wasn't even good because you said that the music wasn't great.
Well, it wasn't. So the Wonder Woman, like, fight theme that they used in Batman v Superman, they used in Justice League, they used in, maybe it's just, and this one, like, they use part of it, but they don't bring in the guitar with it, and it's just like,
Is it licensing?
No, because they own the music. The music is owned by Warner Brothers. And
you dropped the ball.
Yeah, basically. And so I see my little brother chiming in. He's not wrong. So Shazam is the other DC movie that was very campy.
You mean with
Shazam was good. Zachary Levi.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Sinbad.
No.
I'm just playing.
Callback for those of us that weren't paying attention last week. That's called a callback.
I'm just playing. But I do know what you're talking about. But that was supposed to be cheesy, wasn't
right.
it?
In Shazam, it made sense for it to be cheesy. Wonder Woman, wasn't feeling it. So that dropped last night. We watched it Christmas Day.
To be in a cheesy-ish movie.
Right, exactly. So we watched that, and then tonight we watched actually right before the show. So I did my Saturday D&D, hopped on, watched Pixar's Soul with the family. Soul was good. I know, Cliff, you're not a Pixar fan, or you're not an animated fan.
Oh no, I am.
Oh, I didn't think you were.
Oh no, I enjoy that. I don't like cartoons, but I like Pixar movies and shit.
Okay, so this is the latest Pixar movie with Jamie Foxx. The story, oh dude, it eats you up. You'll
cry.
I mean, it gets you close. It didn't quite take me over the edge. Like, it's a little weird in the middle.
Real quick, I'm just gonna go.
Right.
You good?
Right.
And that's where, yeah, exactly. So it starts off a dude kind of following his dream. Something happens. He ends up, I mean, you could tell by
So it's
the
black,
trailer.
So it's black. What's it called?
You gonna say Inside Out?
No, I was gonna say black. The movie with the dead guy. The
Coco.
Coco.
Yeah,
Right.
Kind of similar. It takes it a different.
Man.
It takes it a different route rather than him like traversing and like meeting people in the afterlife. It's the whole idea is that he becomes just a disembodied soul. And so he has to train.
Black Coco.
But he has
damn,
but
they ain't even try to make it.
but
new
he
for
tries
us.
but he tries to. Well, the music isn't quite as good, even though it's kind of like the background story is all about this dude. Jamie Foxx is like a jazz piano player. That's while it's part of the movie, it's not as integral as it is in like Coco, where like you've got the musical and everything.
Listen, you can't.
There's not a lot of
have
musical
a movie
in Soul.
called Soul,
Right.
and not have a better soundtrack.
So that was-
than a Coco.
That was the only thing that I didn't like because it wasn't soundtrack heavy, and usually Pixar's not. Like that's more the Disney Pixar that stays heavy.
Listen, Pixar started heavy with the music when they had that old monotone. What's the name? They,
Randy Newman.
yeah, they
You
killed all
got a
the shit.
friend
They
in
killed
me.
everything. Listen, listen. They was killing shit.
But if you only get to watch one of those two movies over the next week and you got to make a choice between Disney Plus and HBO Max, do yourself a favor and get Disney Plus instead of HBO Max. Because then you can go back and watch Mandalorian too.
I do need to see that. I did say I wanted to see that.
So Mandalorian's good, huh? Is that,
Everybody been.
I dropped a video on the finale, so.
I know. I saw that. I didn't get to watch it yet because I kind of don't want to get spoiled.
No,
but...
you don't. That's a very spoiler heavy thing, so don't. And then when you have questions as you're watching, come talk to me. I'll fill you in.
Okay. But I also, I love listening to all the shit. So
True.
when I saw you released it, I almost clicked on it and I was like, nah. I want to wait.
We saw 1 or 2 subscriptions come in from that, so I might have to try to get back to doing that a little more frequently, even if it's just once or twice
I want
a
to
month.
work on in the wings.
There you go. Well, and this is actually a good opportunity to plug. We will be having a new show join the channel sometime over the next 2 weeks. It is Mind and Body Understanding with Dr. Jeff Farian. He'll be starting
Dr. Jazzy Faye.
Right. He's going to try to do every 2 weeks or maybe every week, but we'll see how schedules work out. But yeah, we'll be dropping an episode of that early on in the new year, so look for that.
I'll let him pick apart my fucked up brain for his fans.
So it's gonna be like kind of like y'all seen that shit where the dude be like, it's like a therapist that talk to like rappers and shit about their past and shit. It's gonna be kind of like that.
I would say it is. It's
why are you so angry? Type shit, like,
No, I would kind of be interested.
Why not love a bitch?
Where I might need you to sing me a link.
Well, to that, it's a black dude to do it. I'll send it to you. He had Kevin Gates on there, YG, some other names.
Oh yeah, I might need you to send me a link. That might be interesting.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get to the bottom of some shit, but a lot of niggas, try to be too tough. No one admit that shit's
right. You don't want to be open.
Nobody wants to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's all about vulnerability. That's what they teach you in that shit.
Hey.
Fuck that.
I've been there so much my goddamn life. I'm used to it.
Listen, I have no shame.
Shit.
I'm shameless. I'm what's his name? I'm Hank. Not Hank. What was his name?
It's not. It's
I know you're talking about the white dude.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm him literally, but I'm shameless. I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
Frank. It's Frank.
Like Ron Swanson.
Frank, not Hank.
Yeah, you were close though.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Oh goodness gracious.
Okay.
So that's my review of Wonder Woman 84 and Soul. There you go.
I'm upset about that though.
Why is that?
Cause you give a motherfucker their first black Pixar movie, and the one thing the black folks gave y'all don't give us in the movie, and that's music.
I feel you on that. That was probably the only thing that was missing from this movie.
And that doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't make sense.
One James Brown song in that bitch. What?
Right, right. You gotta do something. Like give us something.
I don't want to say that there's no music, but there's no singing. It's all like jazz piano. Like there's a fair amount of like jazz music in it, but there's not any songs.
Well, maybe okay, so maybe it's a perspective thing.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
I might get into like okay, so
there's no like there's nothing you can sing along to.
Right.
But there's a fair amount of kind of like I won't even call it background music. Like it's
elevator music.
I wouldn't go elevator, but I mean it's part of the story. It's just you don't have those memorable like belted out songs like you do with the Disney side of the house, right? Where you get the Let It Goes or you get the right, exactly.
I can dig it.
So
they probably rushing shit, man. I think they're gonna lower the quality on movies just because they don't have to do as much to put it out. They just send the file to like all the streaming services and say, put it up.
Well, and it's interesting. Like I would agree with you, except Disney and Netflix are still throwing a ton of money into production. Other studios, I could start seeing.
Netflix is on to something right now that I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean
with Netflix? Like, I wouldn't have pegged them to have stayed around as long as they did.
Well, that's because they went to
sending niggas DVDs through the mail. Remember that?
Listen, right. And that's how you know that somebody in their staff is genius, because they have not had any problem evolving with the times to keep up with what's going on, and they've done it successfully.
Well, and the flip side is you had Blockbuster who could have bought them out. Blockbuster could have bought Netflix out 20 years ago.
You know what happened, Mike? Somebody came to them and was like, I'm going to tell y'all about the cloud. Fuck the cloud. I'm gonna fuck the
right,
cloud.
Right.
You got these lines.
It was probably
going to get tapes, but the cloud is like, if you don't move to the cloud soon, you fuck.
It was probably an old bastard like our government currently is.
No doubt.
Not wanting to move
with the times. Exactly.
And you know that ends up biting you in the ass.
What's software as a service? What the fuck is that?
SaaS, baby, SaaS.
Yeah, they've definitely been raising prices, but at the same time, though, I feel like they can.
Well, and when you look at Netflix versus HBO, Netflix is still $6 cheaper than HBO. Even the lowest or even the highest Netflix subscription is still $5 under what HBO costs.
Really? I didn't know that.
Because HBO is like $24.99 or $19.99 or something.
You know, my Netflix is 17 something.
Okay, so it's gone up a little bit, but I mean, even then, you're still cheaper than HBO. The one that is killing it is Disney, who's like releasing shit on like $7.99, or if you want to do like $15.99, you get Disney Plus, you get Hulu, and you get ESPN Plus. You get all three for like...
You know what? Yeah, no, they are doing deals right now. I noticed that. I looked online and I saw that they're doing deals where I could get all three of those for the same price I'm paying for my Netflix.
Yep. And that's why they're doing that price point.
It's called Monopoly, my friends.
Now, the flip side is...
Right now, Netflix owns it. Right now, Netflix is running the monopoly.
Netflix
making power moves, nigga. Disney on Fox, ABC, ESPN.
Yeah, Disney has owned ABC and ESPN for decades.
You gotta think they were smart for picking up ESPN, because for somebody like me, that's the only interest that I have in Disney. I don't care about Fox. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, they don't do boxing on Fox anymore like they used to. They don't do anything on there, and
I watch Family Guy. That's about it.
You watch what?
I watch Family Guy and shit, but that's it.
Oh, see, I don't really.
Well, and see, that's all.
Simpsons or Family Guy or.
That's all Hulu now too. So.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Swallowed all in. South Park too. They got South Park in that bitch.
South Park, if they're still on there, won't be for long. South Park is I want to say. South Park is definitely on HBO Max. They may have a dual deal right now, but I think it's leaving Hulu and going to HBO Max if it's still on Hulu.
I like what them boys do, though.
With who?
Them South Park boys. As
far as
like
Matt and
their
Trey?
Their business, you know.
Acumen.
Right. That's exactly what I was about to say. But, yeah, but,
Hey. What else? 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 What else
Fuck all that. What's going on? What's the recap? Recap some shit.
Recap
run
some
it back for me.
2020. Do we want to start
Right.
off with the bad? So the coronavirus, I don't know if you guys remember
if
that.
We start off with, I mean, we're going to have to start off with the bad, but goddamn, I feel like that's going to be most of the
goddamn episode.
Y'all been tested and vaccinated yet?
No.
I've been tested.
You been tested?
That shit is unpleasant than a motherfucker.
They do the whole nose swab that goes back to like your ears.
They do it to the point where they have a reaction from you, so they won't stop until you start going like, oh, all right. Next nostril. Ooh.
Oh, they got to do both nostrils.
Yeah, but like, you seen that shit you watch the Corey Holcomb shit?
The podcast or what?
Yeah, the podcast.
I mean, I've been telling you to put your shit on I don't have time to watch them. I have to listen to them.
Oh, well, I mean, this one of the episodes he had last time, he had some white doctor lady and somebody else, and they was talking about how like when they do that, they put nanobites in your shit or whatever.
I heard about that.
They got
I did hear about that.
5G interact with your body and shit, and you know they got enough network addresses to pretty much put a network address on every animal on Earth times like 4. So I think they're like, I don't know, man. It's my theory. I think they're trying to do this whole shit where, you know, what was you doing last week again? Let's run through the tape. Your heart rate went up at this time and shit. You took a whole bunch of steps and started sweating and shit, and you was away from your house at this point in time and shit. You know, if you want to do something crazy, you gotta leave your phone at home, right?
True.
Right.
I think you're trying to make it to where it doesn't matter. They know where you at. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But
listen, does that mean that them crazy motherfuckers they was trying to tell you back in the day that they was showing and making fun of was on to something when they was putting tinfoil hats on and shit like that?
To be all the way honest with you, like when 5G first came out, that was like the first form of wireless was 5G. Back when it first came out, and they stopped using it because it kept running into shit. You lost your signal real quick. So they bring that shit back like they know what to do with it now. Like, oh, so now we're gonna bring the 5G back, and it just interacts with everything, and that's cool. Because I know y'all probably got like towers and shit, and they got fiber optics and shit. They doing all in our neighborhood and shit, adding a whole bunch of stupid shit. And
Columbus does not have fiber optics.
I hear. I don't know about here.
Hey, look, out here, I'm talking about every.
But again, the reason
unless
for that is
it in the streets.
But Atlanta is also mini Hollywood, so you got to be able to have that fiber optic connection to send things back and forth between studios and shit.
Very, very, very true. Well, you know, I love my gigabit connection.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is that, you know, everything's in place for the move to be made. Whatever that move is, whoever has the button. I mean, like I got tested and then I found out about that shit. So I'm like, I'm fucked. Goddamn it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm already fucking the game. That's the truth.
I mean, again,
got a chance.
Most people willingly give up.
What means to you,
right?
Huh?
That depends on what fucked means to you.
We'll describe what you're saying.
Like I said, like you may think that means that you're fucked, but that depends on what fucked actually means.
Right.
Now, if you mean you're fucked from a standpoint of your privacy has been invaded, then you may be absolutely correct. But
we're also live streaming on a podcast right now, so our privacy is fucked anyways.
Oh no, I get that. And I don't got nothing really to hide, so it's not like I'm like Snowden.
Which has always been my point.
And
like
if y'all can get me, y'all getting the bottom of the run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need to go through my phone and see if you can find somebody else, because it ain't me. God damn it.
But regardless, even never mind. Don't get me started.
All right. Go ahead. What you about to say? I was gonna get us back on with the 2020 recap.
Well, I feel like that's a part of this is all a part of the 2020 recap.
Fair.
Or maybe what's the opposite of a recap? Estimation. This is the estimation of
what actually happened.
Portion of 2020 moving into 2021, because I guarantee you they ain't gonna stop testing motherfuckers.
Predictions.
If you want to be a part of society,
that's what I was.
If you're gonna be part of society, you're gonna have to get touched in some way, shape, or form.
No doubt. Well, and that's where I'm like, I'm okay not leaving the house, so it doesn't bother me.
But you got to go to work though, right?
Not right now, I don't.
Hey, well, there's gonna come a day, bro.
Work from home, dude. Cliff and I, that's how we started off the show. You missed that. How everything is moved to work from home and digital. And
I've been working from home too. I ain't got no job, so I mean, I know what you're saying.
There you go.
That's what we're talking about.
I get paid to stay home. Thank you.
Yeah, kind of. I gotta make my own way.
I hear you. Oh man! All right, so jumping into the 2020 year in review, Malcolm's right. We do have to start off with Kobe because that was one of our first shows. Was talking about Kobe.
That was the first shot.
That was the second show.
Well, he's shock.
First shock.
What was the? Did he say the first or the second? It was the first.
It was like January.
Yeah, that was immediate.
I had met a girl, right? I met a chick. We went out and whatever, and she sent me a text on the left talking about Kobe's dead. I'm like, this bitch is crazy. Kobe's dead? Like,
no.
Almost wanted to delete your number.
He was right. I'm like, damn, I ain't never going out with you ever again. Shit, bad shit.
Oh, you put it to her. Now that's her then.
So we got
the reason.
That's her. Yep.
Right. The reason that Kobe died is because y'all went out.
Hey, I don't know, man. I just know when I left, she sent me that text about Kobe's dead. I'm like, damn.
And then fuck Kobe, not fuck Kobe, but fuck Kobe. That baby died too, though.
Right.
And them other people too.
All the rest of them, them children is what it was.
There's a lot of kids.
You know what? I feel like that's what it just hit home. Like,
yeah, right.
Y'all been to LA?
Nah.
That traffic shit, the whole reason why they was in that helicopter, man. That traffic shit is stupid.
No doubt.
Dumb. It's like going 2 miles takes you 40 minutes. Seriously, don't get on the freeway.
Well, and that's what he was thinking. Like,
you probably did it 1,000 times before. That's the thing.
Absolutely. Well, and it's the same thing when a plane crash happens, right? Like, you hear about the plane crashes, you don't hear about the 10,000, 20,000 that go every day with no problems.
Yeah, I've been on a plane plenty of times. I ain't never been.
I mean, sometimes your number just get called. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like I said on that episode, every time I think about that situation, that just brings up my worst fear of knowing this is it with your child.
Right. And your child.
This is it, me, any day of the week, and I'm probably gonna swan dive into the situation. But when you think about other child, it's like, oh, I see her fear.
Yeah.
This is
well, it's realizing that you can't protect her.
Is right.
You can't do nothing about it.
So we had Kobe. We had Chadwick.
Or maybe you just have a dog, and maybe his daughter was a dog like him, and they just bumped fists. Like, let's get it. We'll see each other in the next.
I wouldn't have been that much of a G. I probably been screaming like hell.
Well, and we don't know how that all went down, right? It could have happened so suddenly that they didn't even realize it, because the whole point was
my only issue.
It was flying low, right?
Like, having the babies with you.
It's anybody's issue. I would be sitting there trying to see if I can, maybe do something throughout the last second so she doesn't have to be with, I don't know.
Nah, it's just the babies. That's the only thing that would throw me off in that. That's a rough situation. But Kobe, you brought it back. Thank you, sir. What's next?
So I'll go through celebrities first, and then I'm gonna loop back on some other pieces.
Oh, I meant the emotions. Thank you for the emotions that you just brought back.
Got you.
What's next? I don't think I like this episode already.
You need some time, Cliff. You good, B? You need some time.
Kobe, Nipsey.
Nipsey was
recent.
Yeah.
The recents, all the recents.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of niggas.
Well, I mean, we talked we had an episode again about Chadwick. So Chadwick Boseman kind of disappearing, kind of out of nowhere. Keep going down the list of celebrities. So it was Chadwick, Naya Riviera from, what is that, Glee, Alex Trebek, Sean Connery. So some childhood memories with those two.
John Thompson.
John Thompson.
Who's John Thompson?
Coach of Georgetown.
Right.
I don't know who it is.
You don't know the coach from Georgia from back in the day?
No, I didn't know that. I'd have to see his face.
Allen Iverson coach, Alonzo Moore's coach.
I hear you. I'd have to see his face. He's not. It's not striking.
He's a basketball coach. Just know that.
I might have to look him up.
We will.
You have to after this.
A couple of key political figures in John Lewis and Ruth Bader
Skip
Ginsburg.
them. No, I'm just.
Come on, Notorious RBG.
Shut the roof. Shut the roof.
And then I don't even. The problem is this other list. I don't know that I can even go through. Like, we could talk about Breonna. We could talk about George. We could talk about the two that have just recently been murdered here in Columbus. Like, the list goes on. Ahmaud Arbery. We could go down the list. We're kind of waiting to, we saw the election results that we wanted, and what does that actually mean? So I know this is one of Cliff's doesn't want to talk about, but I mean, we come back to it because it keeps coming up. And we're dealing with it in Columbus right now with two in like 2 weeks.
What's the dude's name?
One's Andre Hill, and then the other one is.
That was some bullshit too, man. Cuz came out with the phone in his hand, like with it pointed towards him, like.
That's not him.
And what, Grayson? Is that the other one?
That's gonna bother me. Should have been prepared for that one.
And I'm with you. I had the names earlier.
Yeah, and then my people was handing out masks and shit with his name and his face on it just yesterday, and I can't think of his name.
I don't know, but we made Columbus News our World News and Report, U.S. News and News Report.
Now, I've seen that shit down here. There was just like somebody in Ohio got shot, and I did my further investigation. Found out I was in Columbus.
Well, and Andre Hill has ties to where I coach, so I know a lot of people who know him personally. And then why can't I find the other one?
Because the news, man, they hide that shit, nigga.
Oh, Casey Goodson.
I knew it was Casey something. I just couldn't think of his last name.
And so we've had two more.
Thing.
In what? The last 2 weeks, right? And at least Quinlan has called. So the chief CPD has called for the termination of at least one of the officers involved.
Why do he look so shook in that video? That nigga look shook as fuck in that video.
Who, Quinlan?
Yeah, I seen that video.
Because he always does. Because he's a piece of shit.
I never seen him before. I just knew he was shook. Like he knew he did something wrong before he got on there. Like, nigga.
Because here's the deal:
why he looked shook is because he
thought he had made it past like everything that happened in the early spring or late spring, early summer, where they came under huge fire for the way they were treating protesters and lighting them up with tear gas and everything else, including Joyce Beatty, including our city council president. And it had been quiet for 2 or 3 months, and he realized, oh, fuck. Here we go again. And meanwhile, this motherfucker's the one in charge. Like, how is he recommending to fire somebody? Aren't you the chief of police? Can't you fire somebody?
Don't they vote for the chief of police? Isn't that a voted position?
No, it's not. It's appointed by the governor. And the governor fucked up because there was somebody that was coming in from Seattle that was a little more, we'll call it liberal. And he opted to go with the safe choice of Quinlan, who was from the department.
All this shit is only going to pop up a select few vigilante type situations. I'm telling you right now, like, in the fact that it happened back to back, and if I'm not mistaken, there's another guy.
I had actually heard there was a third too, but I hadn't heard confirmation on that.
There's another guy that got killed just recently in Columbus, Ohio by the police.
Was he? I mean, the two that we just mentioned were unarmed, correct? Like, I know Andre Hill was
always unarmed.
I hear you. And not that should matter, but
let me ask y'all this question: what do y'all think about the the 5 and 6-year-old kids is watching this, do you think they're gonna have like some type of more of an animosity? Because we knew this was happening, but we didn't see it on the news as much as kids. You know what I'm saying?
I think what you're going to
Right.
continue to see, and Cliff and I have talked about this on previous shows, you're going to continue to see the youth being the ones to lead these movements.
But I think he's talking more from a in the situation
Gotcha.
thing. And I've been saying that. How long before you shoot back?
I'm just saying.
How long before you don't give someone the permission to pull you over because I don't feel comfortable? So this is an automatic standoff.
Like the Hill dude got family, man. He got
So what
family.
I'm saying, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but what I took from what he's saying is these children, you feel what I'm saying? Right now, these children are running wild anyway. So what's another enemy to them?
Well, and it's
Like
the same
where
idea.
they feel like the police aren't the police to me. They're another op. So if they pull me over, I'm shooting it out with them like I'm shooting it out with anybody else.
Well, I mean, it's the same way Middle Eastern countries feel about the U.S., right? That we've gone in there, we've stepped in business that we had no business being there in the first place. And what do they view us as? They view us as an imperial terrorist nation.
Or an ally.
Depends
We
on where
do
you
send
coming
guns,
from.
nigga.
But
we send guns and shit. We send straps over there like a
true.
motherfucker.
But when we're the ones stepping in and, stepping into territories where we don't belong or we don't have a real reason to be there.
Except for money.
It's the whole reason why, the trope in American television is, where did the terrorists come from? Terrorists came from Americans killing some people that they had no business killing.
Right.
And then that child that witnessed that grew up to be a terrorist. Like, that's a trope in American TV, the fact that it happens so often.
It's when it comes to a matter of perspective, because to a lot of people,
We
over
are.
there, they like he a hero. He's not a terrorist.
Agreed.
He's a hero.
I'm the first to say that.
I'm not talking anyone specific. I'm just talking about the people that get stepped on, and then the person that actually stands up and does something, and they're like, well.
There are plenty of people that believe Osama bin Laden was a martyr.
True.
I don't know enough about none of them all I do know is
he didn't know Saddam Hussein, but he lived under that, and he said, yeah, it was kind of tough, but people didn't jump bad at all.
I don't know nothing about none of them. I just know it enough to know that I'm not gonna believe everything you say about them.
No, and I agree.
You know what I mean?
That, but shit, if you start wetting niggas up for stupid shit, they start.
Now, I'm not saying that they're great people. I'm not saying that by any means. I'm just saying that I don't also agree that they were as bad. They weren't over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I'm trying.
They were over here treading on you.
Right. Well, and that's
You
the whole.
over there doing that to them.
That's the whole Obi-Wan line, man. What I said was true from a certain point of view. Like, that's legit. It all depends on your point of view. Perspective is reality. What your perspective is what your reality is.
I know this. You go anywhere in the world, you start stopping people's money, they're gonna fuck you up.
No doubt.
That's pretty much the whole premise of war since wars ever started.
Well, and the joke used to be every war started because of a woman originally. Like, and
that's money.
Until you got to the military age, yeah.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, having a great woman and having a healthy, good-looking woman.
Right.
You need money.
What else? I'm gonna have great-looking children. My kids are gonna be strong and whatever.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Hunter-gatherer. We went through this conversation last week, if I remember correctly.
What's next?
What else? The problem is 2020 is such a downer. What else you want to talk about? You want to talk about the virus? We talked about the virus. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I feel like we touched a little bit on the virus already, so we could skip that.
I mean, we could.
Got certified.
Got certified what?
Did that IT shit.
Nice. Congrats.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, pass that shit, nigga.
Yeah,
Don't
congratulations.
make me get the plaque. Don't make me
Go get the plaque.
Go get the plaque. Go get it. Go get it.
Go get that motherfucker.
And then fly up to Columbus and fucking wire my new house.
Listen, stop playing.
Cliff, how you at with drywall? You good with drywall?
Of course. What you mean?
We might need to wire some cables.
No, I don't know about all them curves and shit. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, that's just the angle.
I mean, the drywall itself is fine. I just need to cut some drywall out and put new cable connections in.
No, that's not a problem.
I gotta cover my name though.
Right.
I'm the whole government.
There
I know
you
that's
go.
right, my
There you
G.
go. Good shit, man. Congrats.
You know what I'm saying?
Congrats,
I failed
sir.
twice.
Failed
That
to-
don't mean shit.
Don't matter.
What was
All you
the
have to
what
do
was
is
the
pass
end result?
once.
Right.
No, that's the shit I had to fail. That shit was crazy as fuck the first time I took it. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Well, and the question is, how much did you study leading into the first time
I
you took
studied
it?
like hell. But the
did you?
questions was like,
You
you
just
ever
weren't.
study for a test and then you look at the test like, wait a minute.
This isn't what I studied.
Well, I mean, but you gotta understand that it's all a trick. You know what I mean? They can't word it the same. They
Zeros
can't-
and ones, baby.
That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
you gotta
Like,
see
taking a
through
test,
that bullshit.
taking a test,
That's why I was always a good test taker, because you're not about to slide past.
You ain't getting
You
me
think you
on
gonna get
this.
that
see,
over
I'm
on
also
me?
a good test taker too, man. This is different because all the answers look the same. So
I can only imagine. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
only imagine
I'm
that.
sure.
It's not like it's 4 different things. It's
That
like,
may actually be zeros and ones. You know what I'm
It's what it
saying?
was,
Like,
actually. It was all zeros and
and
ones.
when I'm looking at a bunch of numbers, I got to double and triple check. Like, that's 3 zeros or that's 4, 3. That's
They give
3
you a
or
sheet of
4
paper.
zeros.
both
they give you a
Tra-
sheet of paper.
both
That's about
Travi
it.
and Malcolm shouting you out in the chat, saying congrats.
No, appreciate that, pimp.
So good shit. I mean, the other good thing that happened in 2020, while we talking about good shit, we had the launch of a certain podcast.
Oh,
Do
Right.
Fools Agree launched in
Did
the
y'all-
year
didn't y'all
2020.
Didn't y'all launch 20 or did y'all launch 19?
no, we launched like probably like a week or 2 after y'all. Y'all came first.
All right.
I thought y'all came first.
Nah, we did something a couple of years ago. We was as high.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
Seeds Planet. That's
So-
what's up. 2 podcasts.
It's kind of weird though, because I'm always just high. So it's like, you know.
When you gonna put them on the fucking Apple and Spotify?
It's not my job. I'm working on other shit.
Well, tell Turk sick ass to get well and put them bitches on Apple and Spotify.
It's
Tell
not
him
hard.
To call Mike. Tell him to
Anchor,
call Mike if he got
Go
questions.
to, hey, wait, well, I'm going to shout out our sponsor. I'll shout out.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna sit here and make you do something.
Right.
I'm gonna shout out our sponsor, Anchor.fm. Anchor.fm help you put together a podcast. You can distribute, monetize, and distribute your podcast for free 99. That's right, free 99. Head to Anchor.fm/
I know that's right.
$3.99 or $3.99.
Let's get on to this show.
Let's get on to this show. That's the intro. That's our intro to our show. I need Cliff. Here's my goal for 2021. Cliff is gonna re-record that, and he's gonna do a new one because I'm tired of listening to me do it.
All right, I enjoy it.
Y'all can do the non-live joint or have like a little button. You just have to say real quick, and y'all take a piss.
No doubt.
Yeah, we did launch that. That's a great thing. I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Congratulations, my brothers.
Well, we appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
We
I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
Congrats to you, my G.
Hey,
I mean-
I show the youth there's another way. That's all I'm trying to do.
I know that's right.
You ain't gotta go the street route.
I mean, the other big thing from 2020 is just sports. Like, what happened to sports, man? Like, we saw hockey take a break. We saw basketball take a break. We saw baseball start late. Football is the most unaffected out of all of them, and it's probably the riskiest out of all of them.
It is.
Right.
'Cause You,
Right.
you pretty much breathing down a nigga face.
Right.
half the game.
No doubt.
You gotta semi-social distance. You got about 6 inches from your.
until
Y'all
the ball is
Football, niggas
snapped.
be sitting and throwing up and all type of shit when they be doing all type of stupid shit. Snot rockets and shit.
Yeah, it is a dirty sport.
So we saw what
It's
did
like
we see?
a
We saw
dog pile and they start doing dirty shit.
Right.
Dog pile.
twisting ankles and shit, biting each other.
I mean, that don't got nothing to do with COVID.
It does too.
It does too.
Why are you this close? You were this close.
I mean, but for the most part, they've been checked and shit.
Yeah.
True, except when they haven't. I mean, we lost the Ohio State-Michigan game this year. This was the that game had been going for 100 years. 100-year tradition.
Michigan game went exactly as it would have went if we played it. The fuck? let's not act like we lost that
But
game.
still,
Yes,
it's
we
still-
didn't get to see it.
It's 100, but it's a 100+ year
I want
tradition.
to see the ass get whooped.
Right.
Right.
I want to see the tears in your eyes.
Right. I like to see
Otherwise,
it
it's your
stomping
6th year,
myself.
and you never
Right.
play again, and you lost all.
Right. That's
Go
fucked
on,
up,
nigga.
but that's right. That's right.
Harbaugh gonna have a job next year.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't. The only thing he's done there was have a name.
Well, he worked. He played for him too. Then
He might have, but I'm saying since he came from that was the whole thing. Since Harbaugh came from the league, it was going to affect recruiting and all that, and he was going to get better recruits. And he's a master coach coming from the NFL, and the only thing you did was have that name Harbaugh. Like you might have brought in a few recruits.
I give him that.
Yeah, he brought in a few recruits, but regardless, it's like, did you even, with you being the person that brought them in as well as the person that coached them, did you put those recruits in the best position to succeed?
No. You got that ass whooped.
In every way possible. Even when y'all played,
Michigan State and Ohio State, you've been losing both of your shits.
even when y'all played bum teams, it was like y'all could have looked better. Y'all got the win, but y'all could have looked better.
Yeah, well, good luck to them, man.
Listen, something, Travis. They need a rebuild.
I kind of don't like it when like your rival was sorry. It's kind of like it kind of takes the fun out of it.
It does. Once you get rid of a rivalry,
every time I want to kind of score some touchdowns or something.
Right.
right?
Like a field goal.
A rivalry implies competition.
Michigan ain't been decent since the 90s.
No,
I mean, we've had
okay squads here and there.
in the
They were
2000s.
dominant in the 90s. I'll give you that.
Right, that's what I mean.
They had Heisman niggas and shit. They had,
Right. Charles Woodson.
Howard.
In the
Tom Brady came out of there.
true.
Tom Terrific. You already know my nigga. Hold on, where my hat at? There it is. Soak
You've
it in.
always been a Bucks fan. I know you was happy when he came.
Soak it in.
And you right.
No.
I'm glad to see that. I'm
glad
glad to
you
see that
finally
you
got
rocked
it.
the whole time,
Him-
and now you benefit.
Him leaving is the best thing that ever happened to my boys.
Don't
Best thing.
don't make me get the gay pirate hat neither. I got that upstairs. I got the old logo too, man. I sported that. You know the nigga with the knife in his mouth.
I hear you.
You call that nigga the Jolly Pirate.
Well, in defense of Michigan, we did have a couple of games in the 2000s where we were like 1-2 going into Ohio State Michigan week, and that's always the best when you have two of the top squads in the country going at each other.
Urban Meyer ain't been touched. Jim Tressel's probably was he the last coach before Urban?
Yeah.
Well,
Fickle
besides
was
the
a year in
interims and
between.
shit,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But
Jim Tressel got touched probably. I think like what's that? Denard. I think Denard.
Denard Robinson. Yeah.
I think that's the last one they won.
I mean,
And even then,
no, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't like Jim Tressel. I never was a Jim.
oh,
Tressel
see,
fan.
I was
He
always a
too-
Jim Tressel fan. He was
too
conservative.
old school. He was
Right.
too
That's
old
why I
school,
liked
and
him.
then, but
Run the
see,
ball
here's
and
the
play
thing.
defense.
Right, but see, here's the thing though. He was, is it Thibodeau?
The basketball coach.
Right, that worked the motherfuckers to injury.
Fair.
Yeah.
Why motherfuckers wanted to trade all the time, didn't want to play under Thibodeau.
That makes sense.
So my whole thing is this. When it came to Tressel ran the running back and he ran the quarterback. He threw screens.
He didn't run he ran the quarterback. He didn't do a lot of designed runs though. Like
Talking about the option.
Pryor and Troy both ran zone read, yes, but it wasn't. He didn't run a ton of designed like just quarterback runs.
When did they start doing the option?
I feel like they ran the option.
The option was more in the Urban era. The true
Right.
option was more in the Urban era. Tressel ran it a little bit, but Troy and Terrell, both of them, most of their running yards were on broken plays.
I feel like Tressel was the varsity blues quarterback or coach.
Coach, I hear you.
They work me all day, and then I get them to the end zone, and then it's like I don't get the touchdown.
I feel that way more about Ryan Day now, but
that scene resonated so much with me because I was that guy. I was the guy that ran the ball up to the end zone, and then I subbed out, and they got the score, and then I was like, God damn. So
I mean, that's kind of how I feel about Singletary and Moss for the Bills Bills running backs, because I feel like they run them down. What'd you say?
What?
Yeah, them salty celebrations used to run out in the field. Oh yeah, good job, man.
The only time he scored was runs of 20 yards or more.
Right, no, me, I didn't even run out on the field. I was still sitting there I was sitting on the thing with my helmet off. I was the one that'd be like, "Why your helmet off, kid? Fuck you."
Hell no.
My helmet's off because we just did a fucking 60-yard drive and I didn't get the touchdown.
Right. I hear you.
That's Walter Payton's story of his life, nigga.
Fuck all that. That's why I didn't play. That's why after freshman year, I was like, yeah, unless I switch schools, I'm not playing football no more.
All right. So we talked about that. What else we got? What else? I mean, 2020, the problem is that the entertainment cycle was off. So there was no good. I mean, I guess there was some good music. Anybody got any favorite tracks or anything that dropped this year from a music standpoint?
Okay, I said this. Let me say this. I said I found that new
Taylor Swift.
No. Well, music, I mean, it depends on what kind of music you like.
True.
I mean, you like Taylor Swift, nigga. You like Taylor Swift. Fuck.
No, if I like Taylor Swift, trust and believe, I'm gonna say I like Taylor Swift. And I'm sure it's a couple songs that I do like of Taylor Swift, but Taylor Swift's always somebody that you don't even know that's her until somebody's like, that's
Tay
Tay.
Tay.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit. I do like.
You see a basic bitch, man. You seen that bitch? She basic as hell.
Who was it that said? They say I seen Taylor Swift. I thought she was one of the NBA WNBA players. I didn't know she was here for that.
I thought she was small forward.
All right.
You play for the Mercury, don't it?
I want to say it was like one of the 85 South niggas or something. I can't remember. That shit was funny though. He said I seen him at the game. And I thought she was one of the WNBA players.
She's not. You know, I know kids aspire to be Taylor Swift. She's a great person, probably, but she's not what I would call attractive.
No, I'm with you. And you know what, Cliff? You remember my boy Althouse? That I lived with in college.
Wait, I can't see a face.
He got like a stone face. Like he's kind of short. Now he's short and just fucking jacked. But
did he go to college with you?
Yeah, he and I lived together my senior year at CMU.
Did he play fullback at all?
No, but he kind of looked like he could.
Okay, I think I know. I know who you're talking about.
He was an offensive tackle. He went to Wyomissing out in PA, and that's also where Tay Tay went.
Oh, really?
Tay Tay.
So he went. He was in high school when she was in 8th grade, I think.
Okay, so that wasn't a Wendy Williams then.
Not that. No. So
okay.
They knew he knew who she was. He didn't know her, but he knew who she was.
Okay. I was about to say I thought that was a Wendy
like
Williams
local talent show type shit. Like, oh yeah, that's Taylor. She sings.
We had like the little chick that went to the school.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that was on American Idol and all that.
Nice.
Yeah, she was on there for a minute. Like she wasn't like on there like down to like the top.
No, but she was on the show. She was on like the auditions or whatever.
She was a part of. She got sent home type shit.
You know Oni's little brother Bosa.
Like they showed her getting sent home is what I'm saying.
Got you.
Like so she was.
She at least made it to the
point of the show.
She made it to the auditions or the second auditions or whatever.
Man,
she was good. I always thought she was good too.
Out, man. They tell you when you get on that shit.
Yeah. Well, and again, Cliff, I don't know if you knew this. Bosa, Oni's little brother, was.
Oh yeah,
on...
okay, I remember.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Grade school
remember.
shit. But anyways, so coming back, I think for me, entertainment wise, the best thing that we saw on like TV this year, like we saw a bunch of Chappelle. Like we saw Chappelle on a couple of different things this year. It
Did
feels
we?
like, and if
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
else, his one stand up with the whole George Floyd thing was powerful.
Did you see that one where he did with David Letterman?
I didn't see the Letterman set.
You know, he's opening the
a
comedy,
comedy
club.
club out in his little sticks.
Yellow Springs, yeah. He's opening the comedy club. We might have to make a trip.
Right.
As far as that from Columbus.
I mean,
Nah,
it's
in Yellow
Cincinnati.
Springs. He's opening it out there.
I said,
Or is
how
it-
far is it from Columbus?
It's Dayton area, isn't it? Isn't he in Dayton?
It's
Or between
he's-
Dayton and Cincinnati?
is it? I thought he was up northern.
No, I think he's down by Cincinnati because he talks about run-ins with Hamilton PD, which
Oh, really?
Hamilton.
Where's Central State at?
Central State is northern, I think.
See, that's why I thought he was northern. I thought he was above Central.
I'm tripping. I don't know. I'm gonna discount that because I don't remember.
Where's Xenia?
Why you keep naming these off-brand places?
No, I think Xenia's north, but I don't think that's where he
Xenia,
is.
we've been there, motherfucker. Like where Wright
Please.
State and all the colleges are.
Probably. I was high.
Listen, we was
Let's see. Dave is opening a comedy club. Where is it? Yellow Springs, Ohio. So let's see where
I
Yellow
said that. I knew that much.
You gotta watch that David Letterman shit though. That was pretty cool because he was talking about
Really?
his shit with his dad and shit. That was pretty cool. It's
I'm
kind
about to look that up.
No, Yellow Springs, Ohio is Cincinnati.
It is.
Yeah,
of
Mills
a
Park.
suburb of Cincinnati.
Suburb more of Dayton. It's just outside of Dayton. It's between here and Dayton, so it's not that far.
Well, it is like
That's good news. I would be more susceptible to go South Ohio than North Ohio for some reason.
It's between 70 and 71, so it's just south of like Springfield.
Okay.
So not that far. It's probably an hour and a half drive tops.
When's the last time you been on a road trip or something, Cliff? When's the last time you've been on a plane, my nigga?
On a plane?
Have you traveled recently?
You know, I don't do too much traveling.
You gotta get out. You gotta get out and check out the world.
Last time I've been on a plane,
Well, we were supposed to go to Vegas to watch a game, and then Corona happened. So
right. Last time I was on a plane, I think I was 15.
God damn.
I'll get him out to
14.
Vegas once things lighten
Hey,
up.
if y'all go to Vegas, hit me up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to Vegas. I went last year. God damn it.
I mean, we've already said we need to do at least one show
The
from
dispensary
Vegas.
was
So.
blowing it down in the hotel room because they got the smoking rooms and shit. We was blowing it down. Blowing it down. That shit was it was a hell of an experience, man. You gotta go to Vegas, man. It's lawless.
My
It is
pops was
lawless.
saying that he wanted to go with me and my brother. I said, I don't know about that. I said, I'll do it, but I don't know.
I want you to come home
I'm
though.
gonna have to play. I'm gonna need somebody to go because I can't play babysitter to two motherfuckers all got.
You don't have to. You let them roll. You come back. You don't. You don't.
Nigga, what?
Hey, we grown men, goddamn it. If you want to
Nah.
roll, I'm not finna follow you off into the cut. That's what you want to do. We go ahead and do it. I'm
That's
be like,
the
hey, look,
squad,
go
dog. That's the squad, though. No man left behind.
No, it's no level. Yeah, I get that, but hey, niggas wanna run the raw sometime. I'm finna go out in the street. You
True.
grown man. Do what you gotta do. Hey man, I'm at jail.
Xenia also, by the way, is west of Columbus. The
What
Rita,
is?
the Rita chiming in. Xenia,
Mm-hmm.
it's west.
You gotta check out Vegas, man.
I just know that because when he did the block party, he came through there. That
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle block party shit.
I want to say he's from, isn't it? I thought he was from like around Hamilton, which is just outside of Cincinnati. So
Wherever he lives is where he's from.
Better than
He lives
okay,
in-
so he's
That's where his
it's
dad
close
lives.
to
His
Yellow
dad lives
Springs, so
there.
he's just outside of Dayton then. So he's between Columbus and Dayton.
Okay.
in DC. You live in DC too.
I'm sure he got enough money where he got a spot here and there. Although he's one of those comedians that is like turned the corner in terms of being a comedian. He kind of does what he wants now. So
Speaking of comedians,
what's that?
did you see the dude Andrew Schultz's special
No, he has a special out?
on Netflix?
No, I missed that. What's he saying? Because I think
I did not enjoy it.
You didn't see. I'm not. I
Boy,
like.
Bill,
tried to.
Bill Burr's funny as fuck.
Huh?
Bill Burr's funny.
Oh, I fucking love Bill Burr. That's Uncle Bill.
Bill Burr is also in The Mandalorian.
Now, don't get me wrong. Andrew Schultz is one of my top. Andrew Schultz is one of my top comedians.
Is he really? See, I don't like
Not
him.
my top 5.
Top what? 10, 20?
Like
He's
I
in my
listened to
top
him.
10.
I listened to him like again. Like you turned me on to whatchamacallit. I always forget which the one with Charlemagne.
Brilliant Idiot.
Brilliant Idiots. And I hate his takes on everything, man. Like I like Charlemagne, but I can't stand Andrew Schultz.
Now that's something completely different because I usually end up combating with his takes as well.
Okay. But you find him
what
funny? Like I feel him
say
abrasive.
is, situationally, he's funny to me. Like I don't want to do I don't want to do any comparisons. He's situationally funny.
Okay.
When he's on stage, he has certain funny bits, but I find him more funny in the moment. Like when
he
he's
has
just
to be kind of
talking to
live
you,
and
like,
not running jokes, but
right, like bullshit, and like he's very witty, he's quick. But his special is doing the Daily Show routine, the Chris Colbert, the
Stephen Colbert,
the screen, or whatever that is, the screen next to you, and you talk about what's going on,
right?
And I was like, that's like a news show. It's not a stand-up. Like it's not a special. It's a news show. But
that makes sense if he's more funny situationally.
His stand-up is better than that, though. Oh, okay. That's why I was like, I feel like you went the wrong way.
Gotcha.
But what I do feel like is he did the Floyd Mayweather route where you're fighting Logan Paul. It's not hard to be funny when you have a scripted in pictures.
He's taking the easy road. Yeah.
But what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for the next fight because you can now be the guy that takes over that Daily Show Chris Colbert scene because you're more urban.
Well, and maybe
how.
Yeah. And maybe that's his MO. Maybe that's what he's going for.
I think it was more a money grab than a shock to the world because it didn't shock me. When I heard he had a special, I was like, oh, okay, I can't wait to tune in. And then when I tuned in, I was like, okay, first of all, it's 3 episodes, 3 15-minute episodes. Four
the stand-up
episodes. Right. And it's broken down, like I said, like a newscast, like where they show a picture and he's talking like it's a Daily Show. It's the Daily Show with him hosting.
Well, and maybe that's who is it? Hassan Minhaj just lost his deal with Netflix in terms of doing. Maybe that's what he's trying to slide into.
Shit out, man. That's basically what that is. It's like, let's see how this works.
Is that what he's trying to slide into?
I wonder if it is something like that.
Show up for these 4 shits. If it doesn't work, you got a bag.
Right. You got paid by Netflix.
I'm not a fool. I knew it was a business play more so than because I was thinking you're better than this.
Not even been a favor. Like, hey, I need you to do this for me real quick. This is garbage, but I fuck with you.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a favor, but
I ain't never seen it, so I don't even know.
It's not awful. It's just not.
It's just not good.
What I expected from him.
Not up to par is what you're saying.
This is a new lane for him.
He's trying something new.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say it didn't work, but I haven't seen you on the top Netflix thing. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not in the top 10 or whatever.
10 trending.
Right.
That thing at the top of the Netflix where it's like 1, 2,
or the feature spot or the trending. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I still support. I still fuck with him,
I hear you.
even though we don't match. But that's the thing, though. Even though your views don't match, don't mean you can't not fuck with a motherfucker.
No,
you know
no
what I mean?
doubt.
I can still fuck with you, even though we don't think the same.
Right.
I don't fuck with Michael Jordan on the Wizards. That's not my particular brand of Jordan.
That's different.
Hashtag
though,
not my
because
Jordan.
But because your brand of Jordan was Chicago Jordan for sure.
Oh yeah.
So that's different because that was him on his way out.
Hey, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like Kraft cheese. I like Sargento.
This is my nigga on his way in. You feel me?
He's trying to, yeah.
He ain't got his first ring yet. So don't come out like this. Like, don't do the money play. It's almost like modern day boxing. Like, you're trying to get the money before you show people you're worth the money.
Except
You know what I mean? You got to have that classic Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler fight to show people, oh, he's a dog before you start getting the money. People now are like, I want the money first, and then I'll fight who you want me to fight.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Netflix does that though. They give random people specials. I'll be seeing specials on people like, who is this? You know
But
what I'm saying? The whole
I
special.
feel like a lot of the ones that they do that with that feel random though are popular overseas though. Like you have to remember Netflix is global and they're not just looking for the
I never
American
thought about
audiences.
that. Foreign niggas might think some of these corny American niggas is funny.
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
that, and it's the
You
British
are
ones that
absolutely
you
correct.
don't like. I personally like. I'll watch a couple of the British ones, and I'm like, this ain't for me. But
I don't know what the fuck they talking about.
What was
Right.
that one shit?
What one shit?
I can't think of the name of that show. That everything's a drum. Everything's a drum.
Monty
Have you seen that on Netflix?
no,
Monty Python?
No, it's like an Australian Dave Chappelle basically, but
like a sketch show.
yeah, but it's like it's far out though. Like it's far out.
For us,
Like it's not.
from a certain point of view.
It's far, but it is funny though. It is. I will give them peas. It is funny.
You
But
got
they're
some
from
shit.
Australia, and they've been popping off here. That's why they came here with that.
Yeah. Well, we
I
actually
don't know.
got a good compliment tonight, and it was from again Shelby's mom chimed in. She's like, I guess Shelby and her were watching Impractical Jokers while they were chilling here in Columbus because you know snow and shit. And they're like, and apparently his mom said, "Well, that could have been you, Cliff, and Mike." I'm like, well, that's a nice compliment. You know, we tried to do something, not that, but something, you know, real.
Nah,
Similar.
that wouldn't have been me.
I've never seen that shit. I know they had a movie, didn't they?
Yeah, they did this year actually, which probably
They had a
means
movie?
it was you know streaming only or whatnot. But
You know what I've been
Yeah, I
watching?
don't know.
for real?
what
I've
have you been watching?
Steve Ranella, Meat Hunter. He would be like hunting and shit, and
You've been watching what?
Steve Ranella, Meat Hunter, meat eater. He
Meat
like he
Eater.
goes hunting and shit, like was like realistic, and he like kills deer and butcher the shit. I I kind of want to go hunting.
I might get into that.
The only thing he eats is what he kills. He doesn't eat shit else. But what he kills.
I won't go
Okay.
hunting unless I'm eating. I'm not about to kill something I'm not eating. Is what I'm saying.
No, that's what he killed. Whatever he kills, he eats. Whatever it is.
But that's why I wouldn't go hunting because I know a lot of people just hunt to hunt.
I
No,
feel like-
I
feel like you didn't respond to that same text thread this week, Cliff.
right because
Neither did I.
I'm not. Listen, now Lord knows I got everything to go hunting,
Right.
but if I'm not gonna
I don't need
field
to kill
dress it,
just to
you know what I
kill,
mean?
right.
Cut it open and
No,
take the meat home with me.
That's what
I
he
don't
does.
believe in killing things just to kill things.
His whole
I'm with you on
family eats what he kills. His family doesn't eat shit but like
Well,
elk,
that's
deer.
different
moose.
than what Mike's talking about. That's
I'm
you know what I
talking
mean.
different. Like,
If I'm going hunting, I need to go with somebody that knows enough to take the meat home with.
We'll
us as
skin
well.
it on
I'm
the
saying,
ground
he's
right there.
Because
Right.
the whole shit is about him being like, look, I'm about like fair chase. I want to chase the animal on foot. If I can catch them, if I can shoot them, if I can field dress them, bring them home to my family, that's what my goal is.
Right.
And all the episodes on ending the kill.
Listen, I do
Some
think that
episodes ending him just like walking for 5,
See,
6
I can
miles.
respect that.
Right.
And not being able to take a shot.
I do think that is very that's very important shit that I feel like a lot of us are going to need to know sooner than later.
Hey, eating chicken different when he gotta go outside and break his neck real quick.
Right.
Right.
And skin it and pluck it and right.
Gut it out, roast that motherfucker, put some season salt on it.
Listen, I'm
Some
just
Lowry's.
Some Lowry's on that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about?
You never know where we're headed to after this 2020 recap.
So where do you
never
think?
know.
He carries seasoning with him, so he be out there in the field.
Skinning it in season.
Oh,
Oh, that's some shit.
That's G right there.
Yeah, I sure would.
So, all right, that's actually a good transition point. So I know we're going to talk about this a little bit next week for the drop-in episode, as we're gonna call it. We'll have a number of folks dropping in. What's our 2021 predictions, Cliff? We talked about it a little bit earlier with the I think we were talking about the effects of the vaccine and some things like that. What are some predictions for 2021? What do we got?
Okay, give me 5 seconds.
Give you 5? Well, I'll give you
5 seconds.
I'll give you the number 1 prediction for 2021.
What?
These guys right here.
Give me 5 seconds.
Super Bowl. I didn't say win, but they're going to make it. They're going to go. Josh Allen and the Bills make it to the Super Bowl. Maybe the Bucks NFC. Bucks are NFC, right? They're NFC, right?
The NFC South.
See, you're NFC, so we could have a Bills Bucks Super Bowl. Let's do it.
It's gonna be Bills Saints if anything, but I feel you though. You know what I'm saying? We got Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific, like we all was fucked up for like 20 years, nigga.
See, that shit'll piss me off.
And who else? The Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets.
True.
Y'all was fucked.
Yep, no doubt.
Never gonna do
and nothing would make me more angry than facing Tom Brady in a Super Bowl and losing to him again.
Yeah, watch out for the sparkle in his eye, man.
Right?
Sparkle.
He's got the little glint. Like, what is it, St. Nicholas with the sparkly, the rosy cheeks?
Tom Brady has been activated.
Brady bot activated, assassinate the Bills.
Exactly, man. You know, it could happen, but
fuck y'all's Bills and y'all's Bucks.
I'm watching the Raiders right now. Goddamn it!
I mean, the Raiders are trash, so whatever.
The Raiders is up 3 points on the Dolphins.
Oh, are they? Nice. That means the Bills will smash the Dolphins.
Man, fuck y'all.
You saw a little W. Y'all 7 and what's that say? 7-7.
Who? My squad.
Yeah, y'all up 16-13 right now.
The Bills have won the AFC East for the first time in 25 years. The shirts that are popular online right now, party like it's 1995.
Y'all's last quarterback was Jim
Kelly. We had Flutie late in the 90s.
All type of shit the last 25 years.
Right.
Listen.
It's been hard, bruh. It's been hard. Josh Allen's the truth.
Shout out Jim Kelly, man. Was it mouth cancer?
Yeah. There was actually just and I think it was on, whether it was NFL Network or something, but there was a special with him and Favre talking about the Bills on basically some kind of interview format that was pretty solid. Talking about how they couldn't believe it had been 25 years since the Bills won the division, blah, blah, blah.
Niggas had kids, with the cows and had kids.
Right. I was 10 the last time the Bills were decent.
Fuck them Bills.
What's the running back?
And fuck Andre Rison's house.
Fucking
Bruce Smith, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed. That was the last time the Bills were good. And honestly, what they do now is they run Singletary as our primary back, our feature back, and he's trash. I think his name's Zach. Maybe it's not Zach. It's something Moss. Moss is a better back than Singletary is. But Moss is also a rookie, so he doesn't get the... He's fumbled the ball once this season, and they fucking benched him for like a whole fucking game.
Look, Ezekiel Elliott be fucking giving the ball up for Christmas. He just laid the ball on the ground. Last time I saw that man play the game, he fumbled like 3 times the last 3 games he played.
Which is crazy because I don't remember Zeke fumbling at all at Ohio State.
Well, them is college players, bro.
True.
Nah, that don't got nothing to do with that.
Zeke also don't care right
in
now.
his first season.
Well, somebody figured out something.
Maybe it's the handoff. He ain't got Dak back there no more.
True.
Maybe it's the handoff.
It could be
7 yards to get the ball cuffed in. Take him 7 yards.
What? No, it ain't even about that.
Need 20.
It ain't even about that. It's about positioning. So if you're used to one man's positioning and you're holding it different, just off the strength, he could be having it in a position where it could get batted out a little bit.
But
more.
you should always be able to get to 6 points of pressure within a yard.
You're right.
They just gave this man X amount of millions of dollars.
You're right, and he knows better, but I'm not saying
maybe he's just trying to get away from Jerry.
Who's back there now?
That's that running back love, man.
Who's back there? Who's quarterback for them?
Andy Dalton.
Still Dalton?
I think so.
Well, didn't he get? I mean, he got hurt, but then I think he was back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Andy Dalton used to getting hurt, man.
And then you got Baker here in Cleveland. You know what's fucking crazy is the AFC right now. The fucking Browns and the Bills are the Browns, Bills, and Chiefs are 1, 2, 3 in the fucking.
That's how you know it's 2020. The Browns is great,
buddy.
Listen,
that's been. You know what?
Near the end.
There you go. There's my inadvertent thought. The Bills will win the Super Bowl because there will be an asterisk on this season, and nobody will be able to celebrate it.
I don't think it's an asterisk. I mean, you win. You bring the people to the table that you got.
I agree. I just think it would be some shit for the Bills to win in 2020 and everybody to be like half discounted because everybody sat out this year. You would.
Fucking bullshit ass season.
Don't take that shit out on us, man.
Unless this is the new NFL where motherfuckers got to battle offensive linemen and COVID.
There you go. That's what it is.
And then there ain't no asterisks. But right now in the first season, well, y'all ain't winning it anyway. That first of all, let's get that full up fledged and out of the way now.
What? We should have beat Kansas City already.
Y'all ain't winning it anyway, is what I'm telling you.
Why?
The Bills are not winning.
We beat the number 1 team in the AFC. We beat the Steelers.
Y'all ain't winning it.
Why not?
I'm gonna let you dream for Christmas, Mike.
Right.
Fuck all of you. Like, this is the most legit shot the Bills have had in 25 years.
And I understand that, and that's why you're wishing on a star. Bloom, bloom.
So Cliff, when we watch the Bills Bucks Super Bowl here in February.
It's not gonna be. Y'all the AFC. That's right.
All right. So we'll do a special episode that Sunday.
I'm with it.
Where you can eat your words as the Bills beat Tom Brady to win their first Super Bowl ever.
They won't.
Hey, hold on. You gonna watch him out about Tom Terrific.
And first of all, what makes you think
my nigga for like he's been my nigga for the last 70 or 80 days, man. 70, 80, like 90 days. That's been my boy, man. Because we spent
20 years losing to Tom, so we'll beat him this year.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? So what else we got to talk about? Oh, and my mom being harsh and chiming in with Bill's choke.
Listen,
Mom, I don't even like you sometimes.
Well, I'm just saying, let's not let her get out from under them Jets.
Right. Well, no. Now that she lives on the West Coast, Seattle's her team.
I don't care where she is currently, flip flopper. Them Jets, how about them?
They are terrible. All right, so we got about 20 minutes left. What else we got to talk about?
Did we? What else was in 20?
I mean, we recapped the big stuff from 2020. I don't know. Is there other stuff you wanted to talk about? What else we forget?
I don't know. We still in this bitch.
Right. Who knows? Who knows what could happen over the next week? We saw an election. How about that?
Oh yeah, we did see an election, didn't we?
Did y'all vote?
Of course.
I voted.
My mom sent me a picture of a knife.
It don't matter. She don't come down there. So when she gonna get you?
Hey, you can't trust that. You can't trust that. She be in the bush in your ass.
She had to get a plane ticket first.
Don't got to. She can drive down this motherfucker. All
True.
I'm gonna hear is leaves shaking. All I'm gonna hear is leaves front. Damn. You should have voted. I voted though. I went ahead and I ain't got shit else to do, so fuck it. Funny thing is, like the dude down here.
No, what I need you to do, Aaron, though, time out. What I need you to do is not just the presidential election that you just voted in. I need you to vote in this special election that's happening right now.
That's what I was
What
bringing
is
up.
that?
All right.
What I was trying to say is they got these commercials with like the black dude down here is Raphael Warnock. He's a preacher.
Preacher, ain't he?
Yeah, but like it'd be like they have like these smear ads where people are supposed to hate what he's saying. I know it's geared towards white people.
Right.
They be saying like we need to take our kids out of jail. This is and I'm like, yeah, that's right.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
The police are gangsters and thugs.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they keep saying real shit. They're like, do you want somebody in your Senate like this? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I want.
Really
Thank you.
My nigga.
Well, see,
Oh.
that's the thing is there. It's Georgia, right?
I don't believe in shit. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe shit.
No.
Save me from shit. I know that, but all
But
I'm
go
saying
vote
is,
just
like,
because it'll give us a
Nobody
Democratic
gonna say
majority.
anything.
they're supposed to be like, don't vote for this nigga is like making me vote for him. Like,
Right. I understand exactly what you're saying. And what I'm saying is you're in Georgia, right?
yeah.
Atlanta, let's be honest, it's been popping off, but right now it's like a Wakanda America, right? These motherfuckers ain't ready for that.
Yes, we are.
What I'm saying is
parts
the
of
people that
Georgia.
have ran it, it's like they're not Netflix. They don't adapt with the times. They're still thinking it's those times. So they're showing you things that would normally get the white folks riled up, but now you're kind of outnumbered.
See, the difference is that Atlanta's black. Yes.
Right. Now the outskirts, of course.
Nigga, once you go outside these lines, she got great support or whatever the fuck the bitch name is.
It's like Ohio.
Yeah, exactly. So all I'm saying is that it's just I don't know what's going to
It's
happen.
like Columbus and Ohio. We usually
know,
end
it's
up
like
being
you never
red, but when
never
you in
listen to
Columbus, you like, why would they be red?
Michigan, Wisconsin, all this shit, nigga. If you're not in a black state, don't fuck around. We all get that.
But even still, I mean, but I go back to the same shit I went back on before. I mean, voting is voting, right? But voting is doing the thing that the broken system is designed. You know what I mean? Like the voting is a part of the system,
No,
but the system is broken in the first place, right?
yeah, I know that. It's like putting a quarter in a broken machine.
Right.
I know you want to play, but we finna lose.
Or I know you want that gumball, but it ain't gonna come out.
You're not finna the snatcher shit where you trying to do
Right. All
the
that.
claw
Not getting
game.
Teddy bear folk.
All that. So keep putting your quarter in, but after a while, it's like, damn. Well, what the fuck is the point?
I only did it because my mom was like, do it for me and some other shit, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it because
That's
I ain't
about
got
the same. That's
I ain't
about
got
the
no
same around
excuse
here.
not to do it. When I went there though, the lady checked Democrat for a nigga. She was like, "Black, all right, go ahead and do what you gotta do." All right.
Well, she did that on your stamp, like on your. She didn't do that on your vote. Because that's how it was here. They gave us, everybody that came to my specific voting spot got a Democrat card.
Check the other side of the sheet. Do it. Do what you gotta do. You ain't gonna make it.
And I'm sure if I said no, I don't want a Democrat card. Can you give me a Republican one? They wouldn't have had it. I'm sure they would have.
They would have had it.
Like really, but shit.
Out the car and shit.
Like I said before, I wouldn't have had a problem voting for Trump if he wasn't so divisive.
That's the big thing with him. And honestly,
I don't give a fuck if you're a Republican, Democrat, white, black. I don't give a fuck. But
and I saw the funniest shit over the last week. If he had been fighting for $2,000 stimulus checks all along, he would have won the election instead of trying to claim that Joe Biden was, Antifa and all this shit. Like,
I don't know, because there was a lot of
precipice when people see change. It's only when you see the end of the cliff where you're like, oh shit.
Right.
$2,000. Y'all still gonna push me?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't qualify anyway, so it doesn't bother me, but I still voted Biden.
$2,000. Y'all still gonna push me?
I don't
leave the office.
I'm curious to see if he
trust that cash.
No, you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't, because they say that it's going to be taxable income anyways. So
I mean, but I don't care about nothing about that.
I mean, you're going to have to pay it back, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We gonna see.
Niggas' tax returns ain't gonna look right.
Right, and everybody gonna be upset about it.
I got 4 kids. My tax return only $2,000.
Listen, I've been pulling my old jobs 401k anyway, so my taxes already gonna be fucked up. So if I break even, I'm happy.
I don't get my taxes because of financial aid. Take my shit anyway. So.
Well, financial aid.
I never paid them back, man. What the fuck? They come get
or
your
student loans.
The financial aid for student loans called financial aid.
FAFSA.
Well, that's 2 different things.
Is it?
Yeah.
How's that?
The financial aid and student loans.
Mm-hmm.
Student loans were what you were taking loans out on. So, okay, well, at least from my understanding, and I don't know because I never went to no big university or nothing like that, but I went to Barber College. So I had financial aid that covered this X amount of money, and then I had student loans that covered the rest, right? And I owed back on student. I'm not saying that I may not have owed back on financial aid as well, but what I do know is once that student loans, like once I got so far in school and I was paying back on the student loans, that financial aid then gave me a check back as well.
And well, that worked. You know what Sally Mae is?
I know Sally Mae.
Yeah, that bitch has been trying to fuck me for years.
I know Sally Mae. And that's student
that
loans.
That bitch been outside my house fucking haunting me and shit.
See, for me, it was Fannie Mac, but
Sally Mae.
This is your Lexus?
Sally Mae's the sleep deprivation hag.
Yeah,
listen, all I'm saying is when I was in barber school with the thugs and the deviants, when motherfuckers got that financial aid check when that bitch hit, man, listen.
You talking about the living expense type shit, where they give you like shit for like books.
It wasn't no living in no.
Well, the school I went to was, it wasn't as much as Mike's school, but it was definitely more than Barber school.
Right.
Like, it was in the middle somewhere.
My shit was 10 racks.
You know, yeah, no, my shit was like, damn, I'm saying like 60 or 70.
Yeah, you were up there with me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want to ask you about any other things after this mic too, man. I got some questions, man. I heard something about y'all niggas at Carnegie Mellon, man. I need to know something.
Well, they've been chipped long before that goddamn corona test.
You talking about he was like what's the Terminator
T1000.
Man, this nigga Mike gonna flip on us one day. His face gonna fall straight up.
By the way, all right, so that's another inadvertent. It's not an inadvertent thought, but it was something else I saw similar to what you were talking about earlier, Cliff. Hyundai Hyundai bought out Boston Dynamic. Boston Dynamics, the one that was building the like autonomous robot dogs.
That was doing like flips. And
It's
shit.
not good. It's not good, son. It's not good. That's
For
terrible.
real?
You wanna?
Nah,
I'm gonna
man.
bring back in 2021. We will have a Skynet Watch portion of the podcast, and this would be something that would be on the Skynet Watch portion of the podcast,
Right.
which is Hyundai, one of the biggest auto manufacturers in the world, bought Boston Dynamic, which is building AI robots. We're fucked.
Cliff, look. I got a lot of stuff I gotta say to you because I realized because I'm about to say something else. But look up distributed denial of service.
DDS, DDoS.
Distributed denial of service.
Yeah, DDoS attack is usually what it's
They
referred to
finna
as.
turn your own shit in your crib against you, man.
Well, and it's not even. Usually, it's not against you. Usually, it's against some major
No,
corporation
it's
where
businesses,
they.
But like, if you're trying to shut somebody down, it's getting a lot easier to do that. Oh,
No
you selling
doubt.
drugs, phone shut down, Xbox shut down, everything shut down, TV shut down.
Listen,
email
they've
shut
done.
down.
So in NBA 2K,
The new one.
yeah, the 21, 22. What is it? 21, 22?
I ain't
Should be
played
21.
Whichever one.
21.
Now they have websites where if you win too much, people can type your username in and get your IP address and crash your router, so it kicks you
Off
from
the
your
server.
streak.
That's DOS.
And then
That's
they
just
can-
denial of service.
Denial of service. Yep.
That's just DOS. That's just one way of doing it. They
But
could-
I'm saying if people can do it, that's just kids on their cell
Right.
phone.
yeah.
I can only imagine what.
A real hacker can do. I mean,
Right.
that's what brought
Yeah.
down the PlayStation Network 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They've
People do
done
that
it.
shit for fun. Be honest with you, some of the niggas do that shit just to like stretch their muscle real quick.
Right.
See how strong they are. Like, let me see if I can break Sony. Sony broke.
Right.
Yep.
Get away from me.
Right.
Well, and honestly, I mean, a lot of the anonymous hacks, that's what they end up being, is a DDoS attack.
Is that some of what you went to school for?
How to
I had
stop
to
that.
learn, I had to learn everything.
How long did the schooling take? I'd be interested in that.
I got like a membership to a website,
Okay. And
online courses, and after that I would watch YouTube shit on the same shit, and then after that I would do like labs and shit where like you gotta like fix this problem and do this and
right.
figure out this, and my I can't get internet service here, or my computer won't work now, or my hard drive keep clicking. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Stupid shit like that. Basically, if your grandma call you about some shit that you know about, that she doesn't know about, I'm kind of like that person. You know what I'm saying? What does it mean when my screen is off? You got to push the on button.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Turn the light switch on where that outlet is. You got to turn the light switch on. There you go. Now you got power. It's all good.
No, I mean, it's funny. We were talking about earlier how we are about to be the home of the Mind and Body Understanding podcast, and I've been playing tech support to Jeff for years.
Listen, you've been playing tech support to me for a while.
And my mom and everyone else. So
Think about how important that is. Like, if there was ever a revolution, we ain't got no phones. We ain't got no. How are we gonna communicate?
right.
Everything is owned by, a certain set of people.
It's
You know,
the
and
same
that's kinda
12
like-
companies
That's
own.
kind of my interest into it. Is like, how does this shit work? Because there's a lot of niggas that's gonna be lost. You cut their phone off. They can't. GPS ain't gonna work. They
Right.
can't get to work. You know what I'm saying? I know some niggas that need GPS to get back home.
I'm glad I learned how to move people at 2 minutes a truck reading a fucking map book.
Or just remember that tree that looked weird. So you take a left here, right? Niggas don't have that no more. They got the GPS. You seen people that be at the light like this, like,
I'm moving to the islands.
I have one island in particular that I've said we could move to, Cliff.
That's still occupied by this country.
Well,
that?
you
Right
don't know
now.
when shit goes down. It might be a safe haven by then.
Listen. Cause goodness gracious.
I'm about to go back to the cloth. I'm finna find like a race of people that ain't been touched. I'm gonna go out there.
There you go.
Nigga, that's where the dude died with the Bible.
He had a Bible in his hand.
Don't bring that Bible. Don't bring that that white man preaching.
Like, how am I wrong but I have no weapons? How am I threatening you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you pull me off the aisle, and I'll get off the aisle. No kill me.
You stupid. Nah, I'm trying to go somewhere like Jamaica.
There you go. All right, fellas, we are about at time. Mr. Aaron, what do you got to take us out? Any thoughts?
Oh, damn, they put me on the spot.
I mean, I always do at the end of the show. Come on now.
I don't know, man. Get money, fuck bitches. I don't know.
There you go. There you go. Cliff, what you got?
Love everybody.
Oh, we back to love. All right, that's good.
When was it ever anything else?
I mean, sometimes you say some other shit, but that's fine. All right,
so fuck them.
Then fuck them. All right, I am Michael Red. You can find me at the Geeky Coach on Twitter. You can find us anywhere on social media at FoolProofNet. Do us a favor, like, subscribe, share. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that shit. Do us a favor, like, subscribe, share. Again, that's all what we need. Hey, this has been a good show to wrap up 2020. When we talk to you next, it'll be 2021. We'll have guests dropping in and out, telling you what their hopes, dreams, whatever for 2021 are. And we appreciate all you. Cliff, one last, what you got? You look like you about to say something. You got something to take us out?
I don't got shit to say.
All right. So we'll talk to y'all next week, January 1st. Happy New Year. All that good shit. We love you. Take it easy.
Peace out, Holmes. The Raiders is losing now, too, by the way.
I'm sure they are.
No chance. It's 23-22. I got the ball.